Hello everyone, it is March 18th today and I am doing a review of my stocks from yesterday, March 17th. So we had a very interesting day in the market and it's been really crazy honestly the past few weeks and even the past 2 months, but the past few weeks have been quite a chaotic time for day traders and long-term investors. Fortunately, I've fared quite well. I've really tried to capture the volatility and just try to learn and understand the moves that work during this time in the market. So I only traded 2 stocks yesterday. I hold in about $3,500. So pretty satisfied, honestly. I think like everyone out there, I probably could have made more, but I didn't lose. I wasn't in the red. So this is my first stock for the day. It was CODX. This is CODX, a pharma stock. They actually do molecular diagnostics for infectious diseases, and they do some other things, but that's kind of their core. So in this one, I got in right after the market opened. You may remember there was a pause. It was for about 15 minutes right after the market opened. This was the second day in a row they did this because of how volatile the stocks have been. So if we look down here, this is the chart here, and I always show everyone where the points that I entered and exited. So I got into this one around 8:40 or 8:45, right after they unhalted, and I jumped right in. This is about 11.65, and this is where I got in. This as we can see here, we came right from this red bar, and then we were in green, and I jumped in immediately and rode this one up until about, I hung on until about 12:20. You guys might remember I do more scraping methods, so I don't I think someone definitely could have rode this longer. You see here, this is only around a 1 to 2 minute time frame. We're talking about 2 minutes, we'll say, and then I jumped out. This was very solid trade though. It was quick in and out. So that was my first trade. That was the only one I did in CODX. Now, CODX has been really interesting, honestly, the past few weeks, and this one actually has been performing quite interesting now for the past month or so. I'll zoom out here, and as we can see, the day before, this was one of the big players. They reached a high of almost 15. So it's this is yesterday, Wednesday or Tuesday, and this is today, the 18th. As we can see, it's gapping up quite well for a pre-market for today. So that was CODX. Now, my next stock was Blue Apron. This is an ingredient recipe meal service kit. It's a very interesting company. I didn't know too much about them, but they seem to have a lot of customers right now due to what's been going on worldwide, and it's been very good right now for all of these kind of businesses. They've many people are choosing to stay at home and to avoid going to stores and restaurants. So this is from yesterday. This was phenomenal stock here. So I immediately got into this stock like the other one. Okay, so this is this right here is open right here, and right here we can see the first script movement in this one. Okay, so on Blue Apron, I actually, it wasn't on my radar. I didn't know this is typically not the kind of stock I trade, so I wasn't sure, honestly. I saw it moving quite rapidly the first 15 or so minutes, and I waited a bit because I just was on my radar, honestly. Didn't know how I was going to do, but this was my first move where I got in. I saw right around here, it was 848 to 849, more or less. So this first bar, big bar here, we can see, just based on all of the indicators, I knew this was a time to jump in. So I got in around right here. Actually, not even the first bar. I got in right the second bar, around 670. I saw this one, and then I waited 670. So I rode this one all the way up until about 740. It got to its high of 750. So tremendous play right here. This was phenomenal move, and then I sold right as it was reaching its peak. Now I'm going to fast forward a bit and show where I jumped in again. I played this stock many times. I'm not even going to show all of them. I was doing a lot of scalping, but the second move I made was right here around 9:07 in the morning Eastern, and I hopped in around 6:40 on the second bar, and I rode this one up until this one actually. My goal is to make it to 7. So theoretically, someone could have rode this up all the way to this one, but I thought it was going to reach that 7 mark, and it indeed did. So it sold right around 699 or 7 from the low here of 640. So very nice move right there. And then we can see here the stock had so many moves on it. So there was many setups. Actually, zoom out more here. Okay, so we had moves here, right there, right there. There's so many moves on it. See, this was really interesting because this stock also continued playing out throughout the afternoon. Unfortunately, I didn't buy in again after late morning, and this was tremendous. Actually, I did. Take that back. I bought in. We got to its low here, almost under 5. This was around almost noontime. You could get this at around 5:20 to 5:30. You could buy in right here and take it all the way up into the 6s, over 7 in fact. Now, I was kind of dumb. I bought in around 540 here, and I held it until about 590, and then I sold. That was the big error because this thing just continued, and it went all the way up until like over 7 by the end of the day, and this was really unexpected. I don't like doing these long plays, so this is one of the things I typically don't do, these hour or so moves where I have to hold a stock that long. So some people like capturing stocks that way. That's not really my thing. So Blue Apron was great play also, and this was definitely my higher earning one. On this one, I made around more or less 3,000 cumulatively. I traded about 3 or 4 times actually, and it was a great mover. So that was my stocks I played yesterday, and I noticed, everyone knows this who day trades, less stocks I play, often I have better results. And yesterday there weren't a lot of stocks, honestly, to trade, which sometimes helps because limited options can help someone be more decisive, and that was my situation. Today should be another phenomenal day, and I look forward to everyone's feedback.